new. It's been around for quite a while now. You won't even see the last version. You know, the last few versions, Slaughter, Lifestealer, whenever those two heroes were decent after the buffs and nerfs, they were actually picked together because of how strong they synergize with one another. Slaughter having that off lane improved for him. You know, the quality of life on the off lane has improved over the versions, and this made a hero like Slaughter a very viable pick in this patch. And you look at how Lifestealer just combos with physical damage, amplify with the crush. It's a very scary combo to play around. He has low cooldowns. You don't have to wait like a Ravage to strike enemies. And the stream is still not going up. I'm panicking now.
Well, while you're panicking, I just fixed my broken microphone, so we're all doing stuff behind the scenes. Some of us more than others, of course, but yeah, Horde actually gonna go ahead and grab the axe. This is a pretty good response to just having an axe versus a Lifestealer and Slaughter, obviously both melee. It really does play into their kind of lane control type of game. So, you know, I like that as far as that is concerned, but the real reason this axe is good is because he hits his power curve a lot earlier than a Slaughter and a Lifestealer. He's able to get going, he's able to just rush at them in lane. And usually as Lifestealer and Slaughter, you don't want to be fighting an axe, especially an axe with, you know, Coddle, Sand King backup. So if Horde are able to push this Team Secret crew as far as the lanes are concerned, that really is how they're going to find their most success. Because then once they do that, get a Blink Dagger on Sand King, they'll have some options to play around. It's not really like great options or anything like that when you're going up against a Slaughter Lifestealer, but at least you'll have some way of counterplaying this kind of insta-kill combo of Lifestealer and Slaughter. But Team Secret, they're going to get a
there goes your counter initiate. Yeah, I think the hero has a lot of ability to work in the current metagame with a lot of counterplay going on. Silencer is one of those anti-counterplay heroes. You know, if you have a disruptor or a shadow demon to disrupt a hero out of the battle, stuff like that, it does really put a crimp in that combo. A lot of times, you know, a lot of supports get a lot of streams going on. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah, there it is. Alright, it's on. So for you guys to just actually turn on the stream, there is a 2-minute delay, so you hear this 2 minutes later. I need to reintroduce myself. I am Lysander, going to be joined here by Mike Loras. We had a little bit of a panic situation going on earlier because just before I was starting the stream, one of the guys from Star Series actually told me, hey, hold up, we need to take control of your computer. We're going to install some new fancy overlays for you guys and you know, help improve the production value.
I hate to interrupt, but the Horde and Secret thing on the overlay, they're in the wrong spot.
Damn it. Okay, wait. Here you go. Let me see if that
Fix
swaps
it.
Does it swap?
Lysander, we're panicking.
There we go. It swapped, right? It swapped.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. It swapped. Alright, so they didn't really... They gave me like a 1-minute cost. They copy-pasted everything into the Skype, and then I was supposed to work it from there. But it's really cool. Like, for example, let me show you guys. I think you missed it earlier when the stream took a while to come on. So... there it is. See, you can check out Team Secrets like Team 1 heroes, so you can check out their best heroes, you can check what Horde heroes are. You know, they like Underlord, they have a 50% win rate on that guy, they seem to be picking Lone Druid. So, yeah, you know, we can hop in between and out of the stats. But yes, I apologize, Game 1 will have a little bit of reduced casting discussion time, but, well, drafting discussion time, but you know, we get to see some fancy new overlays, and hopefully all the problems are worked out by Game 2. But you know, we'll still get most of it at the end. You know, we got a Timber Saw now, and we do have a Horde Naga Siren though, so that could be concerning for a hyped Game 1. I mean, have you actually casted? Have you actually watched a Secret game recently? They have been doing really well. If you haven't been following, for you guys back home, they actually have been doing really well. Team Secret after their long break. And yeah, they have been shocking people. I think a lot of people were a little bit hesitant as to how they were doing.
I mean, it's a puppy team. You'd always assume that a team with this much star power, like, you know, cherry picking all these players from, you know, every single team around the world is usually going to lead to some pretty good results. So yeah, I think you just based off of player power alone, you can assume that that's going to be happening. I'm interested to see if this Naga Siren pick is going to get off the ground, because it is a game for Naga where she does have some game. Like, you will be able to net the Lifestealer. You can net really anyone. Sleep won the Slaughter, comes in for a Blink Crush or anything like that, and yeah, you may be able to escape. But the problem with this Naga Siren is that Team Secret, they can go pretty hard early on if they get around their lanes, and with the Timbersaw Silencer pick, it's pretty much like they got around any issues with their lanes, or, you know, the worst issues with their lanes. Jakiro now as well, piling on top of that. You can just get Global Silence, and then your song just doesn't do anything. That's always really bad.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, the whole thing with the Secret lineup is I'm not too convinced with their early game pressure, so they might be an opening for Horde to get a good foothold in this game, because, you know, Jakiro Silencer aren't the most ganky heroes comboed with Timbersaw, and this Ursa pick actually applies a lot of pressure on this Timber, so I do imagine Jakiro will probably sit mid, toss a few liquid fires, or is that negligible harassment? Maybe Silencer comes in, glaive up a little bit, put the Timber and Ursa on even standing, allow the Timbersaw to actually get a good game going. What do you think?
Yeah, you don't really need like that much as far as pressure is concerned, so either of those heroes can do it really easily. I'm just trying to see if there's really no way that Horde can put any sort of offensive setup on Team Secret's safe lane. So yeah, just probably Jakiro chilling out there for a couple minutes, you know, minute 0 through 2 or something like that, should just completely lock down the lane. And what is happening? Oh god, this load speed.
Yeah. Alright, so now let me figure out how to do it in-game.
I think we may have fixed it. Fix everything. But yeah, for Secret...
Okay. Right, so I figured how to do the in-game HUD. I'm sorry, I'm just like self-amusing right now with this new thing, and hopefully I don't, you know, trigger too many people with this control. So now I have to control a lot more things, but you know, it's cooler. I can jump to team stats and stuff, you know, and you have more things to see in the downtime. Yes, what were you saying? Sorry.
Hey, just don't mess up and miss kills, okay? When you're playing with your fancy
but we'll
toys.
catch first blood,
or else they'll take the toys away from you.
Oh no.
Then you don't want that. But yeah, Secret's their supporting crew, Jakiro and Silencer, as you said, these are not really like ganking heroes, very, very static in the lane. But what they do have is a lot of power in those lanes. They're going to be supporting MP, they're going to be supporting a Timbersaw, and you don't really need to help these types of heroes, Lifestealer and the Timbersaw, really do that much more in order to get those kills. So they do have that luxury, and Horde, their defensive power is okay, I guess. Like, you know, Sand King, if he's there, yeah, it's great, but you know, Pablo can only be in so many lanes at once.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird lane. You know, it's very... Usually you see a Sand King on the off lane or experience heavy position where he gets the levels and everything. So this game, he looks to be playing a position 4. Might go dual lane. We'll see how it works out. But ultimately, it should be a lane where he needs to get that early start going, maybe get levels or even an early Blink Dagger, because we talked about how he's the counter initiator. Yes, the X can do that job, but Blink Power Strike is also something you don't want to miss out on early. But there's still a lot of issues regarding that Silencer, how they actually circumvent this global silence. It's going to be very important to not lose a couple of fights. The first few fights, especially against Secret, Jakiro is one that will punish this team fight loss by taking a towers, and that's how Secret will look to claim the lead over their opponents. So we'll see how that works out for them. Pylai Dai is now smoked up. I'm not sure if he sees the opposition coming his way. I think he does. And now he has good vision. He deploys that ward. Oh, nice. I'm not sure if they see him though. They see him, they ping him. So they must have seen suspect something's up. No sentry wards though, so they will not be able to de-ward this observer dropped down by Pylai Dai. And it does look like this will be a Jakiro Slaughter lane?
30 seconds to
could be wrong.
Qualifier harassment, man. Doesn't really matter what lane you have, doesn't really matter what lane you're up against. It is going to be doing some serious chip damage. I don't really see them spending a ton of time here. I mean, once Pablo gets a couple of levels and Sand King opening up with Quelling Blade, should be able to get those levels fairly quickly. Yeah, this lane is going to slowly become worse and worse for Secret. But for right now, there's really nothing that the Horde side have in order to challenge a Jakiro. Like, Coddle trading hits with the Jakiro is not what you want to be doing. Slaughter trading hits with the Naga Siren is usually pretty fine for both sides, but add a Liquid Fire on top of that, and it's vastly in favor of Secret. So Secret can't afford to keep these heroes like this in this dual lane setup for a little while until the Sand King really gets involved.
Yeah, Alright, we'll see how the lanes pan out. So it does... well, like I said, it was a dual lane. And, you know, I wasn't liking Axe's chances too much with the Silencer going ham on him. But with the Sand King, it might be a bigger threat against Puppy. So he'll have to be careful for sure. And, well, we'll see how the laning setup goes. He starts with Last Word, not the Glaive, so the harassment, would you say it would be minimal? Because he went for this.
There's a DC. Can you pause?
Well, I mean, you know, you will have that damage no matter what, and I'm not really sure if chipping down an Axe with Stout Shield and Ring of Protection is really gonna do a lot there. Like, even if you do have the extra glaives, like it's mostly just Secret saying, okay, we're just going to ban up down the hatches on this top lane, try to just minimize losses. Pylai Die is taking a lot of fire on the bottom lane, mostly thanks to trolls, but looks like he will survive that.
Yeah, oh, a root coming out here on Slaughter. That's an early root as well. Keizu not expecting the early ensnare, and Gorge actually kills off mid one solo in the middle lane. We miss first blood, and then they do actually get the Slaughter on bottom lane. So a very bad start for Secret. That should not happen actually. First blood level 1 against a Timbersaw. I mean, it's definitely not a favorite matchup, but a first blood like that, a solo kill, this is what makes casters look bad. I apologize, guys. They're gonna take away my toys, aren't they?
Hey, you got a kill that happened like 10 seconds after, so I think that one it still counts, something like that. But yeah, what Horde did there was a little bit because Jakiro decided to tank, you know, like 3 waves of troll attacks, but they were able to separate the Slaughter from their Jakiro, and you know, this tri-lane, again, it's not really the most deadly in the world, but Slaughter sitting into, I think, like 2 Illuminates, he just took those to the face. And yeah, your strength hero isn't really looking all that strong at that point, so you know, they had that going for them. And with mid lane builds for Timbersaw, very frequently we just see you know, a lot of Whirling Death, a lot of reactive armor, very little chain. And Ursa will be able to get in underneath that reactive armor, which is right now just only level 1. Like, even if that is maxed out charges for mid 1, Gore can still just tear right through him if the Timbersaw isn't careful. So, yeah, it is going to be a lane that's kind of punished. We both assumed that there was going to be someone sitting here for a little while with this Timbersaw to give him a little bit of an edge, and, well, there wasn't, and now he died.
Yeah, so still could say it's a mistake on mid 1's side, but then again, this guy has been getting quite a bit of praise for his mid lane prowess, since Secret in general have been doing well. So we'll see how they can climb back from this very odd early game draft. You know, we did say it would be a little bit awkward with heroes like Jakiro and Silencer. They're good lane harassers, but they're not good gankers, and this is what allows this Ursa pick to go ham. Mid 1 is keeping on par with this Ursa in terms of the CS. So we'll see how it goes. Actually, something to note as well, Excalibur back in his Fnatic stand-in days did used to play Naga, right? He was one of the guys that played Naga along RTZ and a few other renowned mids. Oh man, mid 1. Harassed in the middle lane. But yeah, I'm not wrong remembering this, right? Excalibur used to be a Naga specialist.
Sure, right, and that's also, I'm pretty sure, why we have Gork in the mid lane as Ursa and Excalibur on the Naga Siren. I mean, better matchups, obviously. Just you obviously want these heroes to go in those places, but you know, Excalibur he's a pretty good mid player as well. So deciding to do a little bit of a switcheroo here, and Gork has his phase boots now, and he also has a little bit of help from the Coddle. Ake does have a point in mana leak, so they can very easily kill mid 1 again, who doesn't really have any mana to start out with.
This Earth Shock could be lethal. Ursa a little bit too far away though. Can he outrun him? There is Face Boots. They slow him, immediately force out the TP. Pylai comes in, but he doesn't have Ice Path. Only 2 points in Liquid Fire. And it does a bit of chip damage, and it's enough to actually scare them away. And that regeneration rune is going to get denied by the creeps. The rune does still get dispelled by attacks, so a little bit sad for him. Didn't get to top up the full health, but still a nice rune to pick up. Especially all that trading he has done. Still really liking that early ensnare on that Slaughter though. Very rarely do you see a Naga carry pick up that ensnare. A nice pickup there allowed him to get that Slaughter kill.
Just setting up for Sand King to get a little bit closer when he only has level 1 Burrow Strike or an Illuminate, which, even though that's level 1 as well, still does more than enough. And now that Pablo is level 3, he's actually ready to play the game, whereas before he really wasn't doing a hell of a lot except for getting to level 3. So it was a pretty good lane for Keizu for a little while, Slaughter versus Naga Siren toe-to-toe. No one else is usually going to be pretty good for Slaughter, who just really wants to get a little bit of extra experience. And it looks like he is doing pretty well for himself, level 5 at this stage. You're not going to stop the Naga Siren, but you get farm yourself, and it'll just be really consistent with what Secret's plan is, which is, you know, get MP what farm he can, get that armlet done, get Infest up, and then just try to run at the opposition. The mid one dying and then getting bodied right now by Gork in the mid lane is not exactly according to that plan. He will still need a little bit of help here.
Yeah, and you see this Sand King and Caudle gonna be farming up very nicely here. Pablo and Arke gonna get some really decent levels going on here. Caudle about to hit that level 4 mark himself, get that level 2 chakra, and the Sand King already hitting level 4.5. So very, very great start for these two supports. The Naga being able to hold her own against the Keizu Slaughter because of that early kill, and Slaughter, though he is hitting level 6 now because of the Iron Talon and the pretty much uncontested lane. Arke, oh dear. Gonna get caught, and a nice little kill here for mid 1. Really needed that after that horrid start in the middle lane. And Excalibur knows how to peace out as well. He does have the song. I don't believe he will need to use this. Yeah. Well, we talked about Secret not being able to stem this early game movement from the Horde, so maybe we'll see a early Naga Radiance for once. You know, I have not seen that hero work in a while because of how aggressive the meta has been getting with all the shrines and fast-paced action.
Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
I think the
okay?
Sand King is...
It's okay.
Oh. Now, there's only 1 point in reactive armor here on Timbersaw. Went for a very, very offensive build, so diving tier 2 is not going to happen, but they will lose MP.
Wow.
We tried to solo kill Ake.
That's quite a dive for a hard carry. What? Is it time for Puppy to farm? Is that how this draft works? Okay. Oh, Excalibur has to be careful. He gets the song off, and bottom lane he will be safe. Although I don't believe he was going to get killed anyway. And Pablo does TPN just in case, but should be okay. But yeah, what are we saying?
To some extent, yes, you do want Puppy to be farming. Usually what that means is your Lifestealer is just going to do this. Just go to the jungle, and with Feasts, just level 1, you should be able to at least break even or get somewhere close to there with your health bar, so you don't really have to worry about anything. You know, going for the Keeper Light kill is a little bit all in for MP. Wouldn't expect anything less from him, but you know, now they're in a state where MP is still going to be farming. He's still going to be going towards that armlet, and Puppy's crucially now at level 6. So they will be able to make those very, very aggressive plays and really just protect mid 1.
Arke sees this and is going, alright, I'm gonna leech some EXP. Oh no, he's not. Could have gotten some ancient golden EXP. Top up to level 5. But yeah, MP actually managing to get quite a bit of decent farm, and of course Puppy being able to play that greedy silencer build. And get hit by a Caudle Blast there.
Having Global Silence is really going to be nice for mid 1. Like, going for this only 1 level of reactive armor build means that you need some sort of protection from your allies. They don't really have a lot of heroes that can offer him that, except for Global Silence, which I guess admittedly doesn't really protect him from physical right clicks, but usually makes the enemies just retreat. And that's what Timbersaw wants with this build. Like, you're going full offense, you want the enemies to be running from you. That means they're not hitting you, and that means 1 point reactive armor is going to be just enough. As long as Puppy can get that off, I think they should be in a pretty good spot. Blink daggers shouldn't be coming up for... Never mind, Gork has one, so yeah, Puppy's got to watch himself.
Oh, mid 1 has to be really careful here. Here comes the Ursa, jumps in with that new Blink dagger and a great Global Silence from Puppy. Gonna bail his buddy out. And Pablo, gonna burst right to the bottom lane, bails out of that gank as well. Mid 1, not gonna be too happy that the Global Silence was used defensively, but gonna be happy that he doesn't drop to Ursa's fresh new Blink, and that secret's out of the bag, so they will not be able to get another surprise jump. So a nice little use of the Global there, very, very timely as well. Ooh.
You only have 1 of those, though, every 100 some odd seconds, and Gork is not done yet. He's looking at Puppy. And Puppy's safe because Gork blinked into the trees!
Uh-oh.
Lucky Puppy.
Yeah, bottom lane there was some trouble as well, but I think now he's in trouble. The Ursa is hunting, sniffing him out. There's the Mud Golem. Being inconspicuous and all, and Gorg. How do you pronounce that name? Gorg?
I'm not actually sure. I'm pretty sure it's just Gorg.
Gorsi? Gosh.
No one has told me otherwise, so yeah, he messes up, blinks into the trees, and gives Puppy
snare.
a free one.
Oh, now the Timbersaw finally goes down. The Ursa getting a quick TP down to the bottom lane, so trades Ursa for Arke, which is a pretty good deal. and Ake being the support player forever should be used to these trades by now. Oh, they're going for another gank here on Excalibur. They're looking for it. Oh, the Ice Path just short there. Excalibur going in with that crush. Yes, Song though. I don't think he needed to use it. Oh, he maybe wants to go for a kill though? Maybe he wants to go for a kill. Channels the Coddle Blast, and there you go. Gonna hit them with a big blast. The End Snare goes in. It's quite a bit of damage going in, but the End Snare is low level, so it's not gonna be a kill. Ursa meanwhile kills off Puppey in that middle lane. Pylai die. Forced to back off. This is an action-packed game. The Barrow Strike from Pablo. Not gonna be enough to bail himself out, and mid one will get a trade-off. But this Ursa, 4-0 right now. So this last pick, really working out for them.
There's just not enough stuns in the area in order to deal with them. You have Ice Path, you have Crush. It's already not a ton of stuns in order to slow down an Ursa, especially with an Ursa packing a 9-minute Blink Dagger. Like, that is just so difficult to deal with as any hero. Even a hero like Timbersaw, who, you know, you would assume reactive armor would do something, it just doesn't, because he's able to close the distances and kill you so quickly. So this success from Gork in the mid lane is going to be a huge driving factor for Horde moving forward. Like, this just buys so much extra space for Excalibur to just do this, just spread his illusions out in the jungle, start getting
her strike. This Slaughter doesn't really want to die right now, because die means he will lose his dagger. But Pablo is gonna face a Timbersaw right now. The Slaughter should survive. Puppey does deploy that Curse of the Silence, and will actually pick off Ake, so gets a -2 for himself. And Pablo is gonna give him another 2 intelligence, so Keizu will get more money for his Blink Dagger. So instead of losing his life there, he baited it well, and will get more funds for that very, very juicy Blink Dagger. The Axe himself is also getting close to that mobility item, so we'll have that extra option of initiation very soon. And yeah, overall looking good. Puppey gonna cosplay Enchantress with that Helm of the Dawn very soon, so it's gonna. I think he of all people loves this patch because of Helm.
I think there's someone else going Helm also, unless I clicked on the wrong person.
Yeah, it can't hurt, because if you're good at micro, Helm just becomes really good. Lifestealer is going Helm. No, that could be Armlet. I think that's Armlet, not Helm.
Yeah, that's Armlet.
Yeah.
Ursa does have a, what's it called, a headdress. So there's a possibility there. Eskill is almost at his Blink Dagger. The Slaughter should have his about the same time. So Blink Daggers are starting to come up for everyone right now. And Excalibur does need a little bit of extra time to farm. Now, going for that kill attempt with just those 2 supports is already fairly bold. They really do need an Ursa type hero in order to make those type of pickoffs worth it.
Yeah, Puppey does have that global, so he is definitely looking for a opening here. Keizu should just go farm up that 100 gold and pick that Blink Dagger for an easier gank. But I like what Horde are doing. They're sticking together. You could say they're a Horde now. Bad joke 1. Ding!
I'm not even sure if I would call that a joke, dude. It's just not. It's not there yet.
Yeah, you know. I mean, this team was picked they picked their name just to have that, you know, Alliance Horde thing. I feel bad for making the joke now. I feel like I'm gonna get flamed.
Yeah, you're gonna get flamed. Everyone flame Lysander for that.
Whatever.
They are gonna get a tower for Excalibur, so that is a little bit closer towards his Radiance. Eskill does have a Blink Dagger as well, so yeah, Horde are so far holding their ground pretty well, but this is really where the danger starts to come in with Secret, when MP decides to start playing the game with Keizu. Lifestealer Bomb in Slardar with Global Silence backup. Yeah. It's hard to play.
The whole issue with these lineups, if you look at the net worth right now, the Ursa is 6k, the Naga is 6k, Timber is 5k, and that's the least, no, I mean, that's the most on Secret. And if you look at the Lifestealer, he's at 4,009, so if this gank doesn't go well, he's been wasting a lot of time infested in that Slaughter, and he walks up the high ground blind. They're looking for the Arc, and nice Blinding Light will actually, well, nearly bail him out, but the Lifestealer does have Rage, so he just purge it off. I thought that was going to be disastrous with Gorge and Axe jumping on that Slaughter bomb, but in the end, poor Arc got himself caught out. Excalibur has to be careful as well. But I think overall that was a little bit unfortunate. I'm not sure why they didn't go for the Slaughter. Did they think it was an illusion? I think they had the first jump opportunity.
Yeah, maybe they didn't expect him to be there, and they're like, oh,
illusion.
Slardar, and then he blinks away and kills you, Keeper of the Light. It's actually still okay for Horde. Like, Ake takes a bullet because that's kind of his job, but it gets your Naga Siren the relic. You don't lose anyone of real farm importance. And the enemies spend, as you said, a lot of time just with this Lifestealer Slardar duo to get a kill on a support. And MP desperately needs that gold. That's great for him. But they also desperately need to stop this Naga Siren. They need to get like 2 or 3 more of those on more relevant heroes. Like they need to kill this Axe. They need to kill this Ursa. If somehow they can manage it to kill Excalibur as well, that'll be great. But I don't really see that.
I feel like
in the cards right now.
the stopping timing for the time to actually shut down a Naga is the early phases when she's still leveling up, trying to get arcane boost, the laning. Once she gets the relic, is only a matter of time before she gets that the Radiance. And once the Radiance comes online, I feel like Secret haven't gotten enough ground to warrant giving away that Radiance for free almost. And I mean, all of the Blink all the Blink heroes already have Blink. Oh, Pablo, slow reactions there. Gonna get caught out by a very quick pick down the Slardar. So this gank actually working out for them. The Eel Scepter from the Timbersaw is gonna catch this Ursa off guard. And with that Global Silence, no assistance could come out here. Puppy with the Haste Rune gonna go for another +2. A little bit too chancy here, but mid one is now gonna dive in deep. S-kill. He is gonna do some spinnings. He gonna get a dunk on Puppy. No sir. And Puppy gets more intelligence. 10 now, acquired for him. Picks up a Blades of Attack. Is this face boots or am I not getting something?
It should be. I don't think
face
you do
boots
anything else.
Silencer is different.
Silencer.
Yeah, face boots Silencer is different. But he has been playing this hero a lot, so maybe this is one of the things that he decided is good for the hero. And
it's not bad to have against an Ursa, just like
scoot
additional
away
movement speed when you're running away. It's definitely not the worst thing in the world. So it may look a little bit weird, but it's still just perfectly fine here.
Oh, I'm a fan of face boots. I don't question it too much. I like getting the 2.5 second boost of speed. It's nice. But
it's really incredible up against what the Horde side have. Okay, now the Horde side, they have to actually group up and use their Blink Daggers. It is on Pablo, it is on E-Skill, but E-Skill so far has done like absolutely nothing in this game. And having an Axe not do anything up against a Slaughter Lifestealer combo that's kind of wrecking you is a problem. So the problem with grouping up for Horde is that you're not really ready to do that with Excalibur. You kind of want to have that extra hero there because he has Radiance, but he really would rather just farm. So they have to find Secret when Secret are kind of
jump forward. Oh
like
no,
this.
mid one. That was a little bit too crazy. Puppy getting called up, and the middle lane as well. A nice wraparound from that Ursa creep, and coming in, Puppy gets his head chopped right off, so no +2 for him. And the Ursa with a nice little bit of micro work there, securing a follow-up kill on Puppy. So Puppy gets microed down, and it's kind of a waste of Puppy's talents to actually get a Wild Wing, I think. You know, that thing doesn't have much opportunities for plays, but well, there's the Horde matchup starting to come into play here. The whole strategy of getting Blink Daggers and overrunning you with the Naga Radiance in the back lines is starting to show, and this Excalibur Naga is just going to get bigger and bigger. And once she gets Manta, almost unstoppable.
It's just a little bit of careless positioning there from a couple of Secret heroes. It's going to cost them pretty big, not because they died necessarily, but now we have Vision coming up for the Radiant. We got an Observer Ward near the middle shrine area. Got Observer Ward still looking at top. When you're dealing with an Ursa, yeah, you need that Vision. Ursa almost dying to Roche, but he will kill it safely because that's what Ursa does. But yeah, with all these Blink Daggers and Vision on the map, Secret, their playground is now like the bottom half of the map, and that's really not where they want to be. They would rather be getting pickoffs, you know, pretty much anywhere else, trying to pressure the Naga Siren across the map globally, but you can't really do that without smokes every single time.
It is a best of 2, so you want to get every point you can get. And the most important thing is, because this is game 1, a Naga game that drags on too long can actually get take a hit. You know, you can actually take a hit to the stamina when you play these kind of games. Oh, a nice TP in, a very global TP you could say, coming in from Excalibur, jumping in, a very aggressive Naga movement as well, and Puppy trying to farm on his own there, getting picked by a Sand King. Very nicely done there, the Naga. You don't usually see her joining in on the action early, but a nice pick is a nice pick, and they will use this. You know, they'll use this momentum to push forward there. Every time you lose a hero, you know, the plague of the Naga spreads even further.
He's starting to get some serious farm going now with those travels up. They will lose their tower.
Oh, call. Mid one. This has just been a terrible game of Timbersaw. There's Ursa, there is the Kotto, and look at him. Mid one doesn't even have the mana to TP away, so he tried to do some fancy stuff, used the Ursa in time, but in the end still was not able to teleport out because of the lack of mana, and now the pop of rage coming out here from the Lifestealer will not be enough, will be enough actually to get him out of there. The Mud Golem is still giving chase. I don't... Are they going for this? Are they really going for this? No, they're not. So the Mud Golem's gonna peace out and head back to the middle lane.
They do have an Aegis right now on the Ursa, but they were walking right into dire vision. They probably did not realize that, Horde. They will get a kill on the Timbersaw, which is a big deal, and save their tower. And of course, just killing off Timbersaw means that Excalibur is probably not going to die within the next...
Hello, Mud Golem. You don't want to kill that thing. It splits into two scary bits. Okay, just kidding.
Oh no. This insane damage value of the shard golems.
Yeah. I miss the days when Doom aided a level 1 and then suicide to neutrals and then had two of his little Doomlings gank mid with the 250 bust. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is... First time I saw that, it blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
And then after that is like, oh, he's doing that again. Standard Doom
No,
play.
no, you can't do it anymore because it's kind of nerfed. Because you can't suicide to neutrals without heavy penalties now.
Yeah.
So, nerfed. It feels
but
bad,
hey,
man.
if you really want to be a badass, you go ahead and do it anyway.
Ooh. The Satyr Banisher. I'm gonna feel the wrath of Slaughter. Or will he get away? Purge him. He purged himself and ran. Oh man. Neutrals are OP now. Get the haste.
Satyr Banishers are... With 1400 HP, a Satyr Banisher is...
And 425 move speed. Yeah.
He was able to see Keizu. That's the big deal there. Like, he's still alive, he's still being a pain in the ass, whatever.
17 gold.
Knowing the Slaughter is in the general area means that Horde can respond appropriately. Like, they're bringing the Keeper of the Light and the Ursa here to kind of back up Excalibur, because they're expecting a Lifestealer Bomb, and they are correct.
And I really have to say, you know, despite Horde's shaky performance, you know, in the recent times, they have been showing some very good discipline here in these matches. In this match anyway, and this Slaughter Ursa Bomb, you know, we talked it up in the draft yesterday. It's a scary thing, and so far Horde has been circumventing it pretty well, except for Arke. That guy has been attracting it like a magnet, but you know, it's a Kotto. It's not really...
that's good if Arke is the one to get hit by it, because that means your Ursa's not getting hit by it. That means your Naga Siren's not getting hit by it, and that means your Naga will have, you know, Travels, Yasha, Radiance 23 minutes in the game, with no signs of stopping. Plus, Ake is still getting his farm. Like, that's just what Keeper of the Light does. Once he gets that Aghanim Scepter, having that heal, having that recall abuse on Naga Siren is just disgusting. They're gonna make a pretty aggressive attempt here. The Aegis should be still around for long enough in case there's a fight. Doesn't look like there will be, though.
Puppy Centaur spots out the Sankey in the trees, so nice little bit of movement. They stun up the Ursa, just a little bit of harassment, tagging him. The Curse has been activated as well. And he extends it by popping Fairy Swipes. So he does have the Aegis though, so he doesn't really care. And he does have the Basher as well. So Ursa with Basher means guaranteed bash, as per RNG law.
I think you're right about that.
I always get first hit bashed by an Ursa. I don't know about you.
They only see two heroes here. Like, Horde really want to fight with their Blink Daggers.
Keizu. Oh, they're gonna fight Naga. This is a big one to get as well. And they amplifiers, and there you go. No Manta. I was checking for a Manta on that Naga. Didn't have that, so he will actually get popped. The Epicenter is coming in though. They are trying to go for it. This bottom fight here is going to be happening, but mid one on the top, they're going to be fighting with the Sankey and the Axe. He does actually juke them away with that Eel Scepter on the Axe and immediately bails out. And how's the rest of the heroes looking? Triple kill here for MP, and that split fight and that decision to fight after losing their Naga seemed a little bit odd to me. And in the end, Secret do get back a huge lead in terms of that team fight. The Desolator pickup here from MP means he wants to fight, he wants to take towers.
An Echo Saber coming to him from the Courier as well. So yeah, these towers should be taking quite a beating here. And that's not the first time we've seen kind of a misevaluated Sand King play, like trying to go for Slaughter on the bottom lane. The first time he kind of grossly overestimated his damage output. Now trying to Epicenter combo a Timbersaw, which I guess if everything lands properly, then you get the kill, but he has a Eel Scepter, so that's not going to happen.
It's... Oh, no. Alright, so he did actually chain down to the bottom lane. They did TP guys in there. Gorg looking to get on that Timbersaw. We'll be able to pick him off solo. Axe, though, has to really get out of here immediately. Oh, nice blink dodge there. There's a curse, and there is a Puppy Centaur on the way as well. And this TP will not be in time. Gets stomped there by the neutral, and Puppy gonna smile as he gets another 2 intelligence there on the board. So, you know, kind of hemorrhaging kills around the map there. Horde starting to look a little bit afraid for them. I mean, I thought they had a good grip of this game, but the Naga got picked off and then they took bad fights. Now he has the Manta, so I don't think they can do that again.
It will be much tougher to do that again, but I do still think it's possible. Like, since Lifestealer has
Rage.
I don't know where his Echo Saber. Oh wait, it's right there. Never mind. Yeah, he has his Echo Saber. Keizu has a couple of big items coming up as well. Went for Hand of Midas after Blink. Now is going Shadow Blade. They still want to just constantly gank this Naga Siren. That's a pretty much the way to go around it. And all the advantage that Horde got from this early stage, yet got a Naga Siren that's very farm, but it also got them a lot of Blink Daggers that they're not really using. Like, they were in the trees in that top lane fight, which is exactly where you want to be if you have a ton of Blink Daggers, but every single fight, it seems, it's always Secret finding someone from Horde and not the other way around. The moment someone from Secret gets caught out of position that leads to a full team fight, then I expect Horde to just run away with that, but so far that just hasn't been happening.
Yeah, and that I think that comes down to the team fight experience. You know, Secret, well known for their decision making. Even though their drafts might be wonky, Puppy has a plan for his things, and it does seem to gel in the end. You know, the drafting at the start, you might have doubts, or oh, there you go, jumping in again, and the global ensures that the Ursa doesn't have a chance to even rebuke this gank. And MP now, oh, gonna get 4-star forward. Arcade gonna collapse as well. The Naga should not be able to get anything. The X jumps in to try and save Arcade. Is it worth it though? There's the purge. It's gonna be a last word on a Naga illusion though. They are getting distracted by illusions, so that's gonna be a save on Arcade. Very well done there by Axe. A calculated jump in, and they go for the song. Ooh, the global silence is down, and they know that there is no response here. Now this Lifestealer gonna get picked off. Going for that Deso means that he's squishier, and Pylai gonna get caught out here. Does have the TP scroll. They go for Puppy instead. They don't want him to stay alive any longer, and the X actually gets the call as Pylai tries to TP out, so that's gonna be another kill going the way of Horde, and a nice wrap around there using the Naga Song aggressively. The Sand King ready to catch Pylai in his loving arms, and Pablo making some plays for his team there. So, great turnaround there from Horde. Striking back at Secret.
All Horde need is just an angle to initiate on some Secret heroes. And yeah, that didn't really start off in the best way, losing their Ursa, but they were able to turn things around and find some Secret heroes who kind of just get a little bit too far ahead of themselves. Blink Daggers and Force Staves are all here for Secret, but they were all just used in order to start that previous fight. So Horde were able to kind of just kite that one out and make a giant turnaround. That was also a fight with absolutely no Timbersaw. He was farming, I think, his own jungle. In the meantime, maybe mid-one could have made a substantial difference there, maybe not, but either way, Horde recognized that they have the number advantage, they have the mobility advantage in that fight after that Song of the Siren, and really capitalized.
Okay, do they go for the courier? They do, and looks like the courier will take the hit for that one. Naga survives. I'm not even sure that was worth it, but they show the courier who's boss, and they blow a smoke for that one, so very hard to say if that is worth it, actually.
They have Shadow Blade on Keizu right now, so smoke is not really needed. Okay. There is one sentry on the map for the Radiant. So I think the Shadow Blade should get some pretty nice value. The only problem with Shadow Blade versus smoke is that you have no way to tell what Naga is real, whereas smoke you kind of do.
Smokes are kind of rare as well, so you don't really want to be popping them every little gank, but Keizu is wasting a lot of Lifestealer's time. If you look at the Naga, he is way above everyone else, but the Ursa, despite the last few bad fights, he has been doing well as well. Oh, Keizu immediately pops the Enrage, and Keizu knows that is not a fight he wants to take. Immediately gonna peace out, and Ursa has his ulti on cooldown.
30 seconds should be fine for him. Secret, they're really looking for these pickoffs. That is what they're supposed to be doing right now, because they're still on this Naga Siren timer. Oh, speaking of, they found her?
Excalibur, oh no. They don't know if that's real. They know it's real, and he just mantled as well. Excalibur has had the worst luck and the worst positionings as well. And now with that Naga down, no buyback for 49 seconds. This could be an opening for Secret to take the push, take the plunge. And Keizu has another Infest ready. This could be a huge blink to get it. That Observer Ward just making the plays there. The Blinding Light coming out from Arcade will bail some guys out for now. But E-Skill gets his health knocked right down. Puppey gonna get clawed up by that big angry bear. But is it enough? The epicenter comes in. That's huddled up together. But that blink cancel? What? It is okay. I guess he decided that it wasn't worth it, so he didn't jump in. And I would pin that as miscommunication. This MVP ward right here, giving Slaughter that huge crush on the initiators there on Horde. They think that they were safe in the nighttime, but Secret got their number and slammed the door in their faces. Yeah, Paladai coming in now. Gonna look to take down this tier 3 tower, and I think he will be successful with a little bit more effort.
You also don't expect Infest Bomb on your Naga Siren and then immediate Infest Bomb on some more of your teammates. That it just usually doesn't work out like that, just timing-wise. But yeah, Secret finding those timings, and now with their advantage, at least in this area, vision-wise, able to just get the jump on a ton of Horde heroes. Getting Epicenter out from Pablo also lets them breathe a little bit easier as far as that is concerned. And now with Roche, they could even afford to go in a little bit more. BO2 knows that there's a Naga Siren in the area, knows that there's quite a few heroes in the area. Looks like they are going towards top because they want a bear instead, and the bear should be dead here.
Yeah, and they get another big kill. Oh, he turns around with that hit, but he gets bashed and immediately goes down. And I would like to just say that this Slaughter has been super farm, getting a Hand of Midas, cheating away with a Hand of Midas after Blink Dagger, getting a Shadow Blade, and hitting level 18 already. So he will be given access to some of his stronger talents coming up the road. A 20 strength bonus, I think that's what he'll be going for. Maybe he wants to go for more bash, but I think the 20 strength bonus is just too good to give away. That'll make him a really beefy tank that will be hard to take out, even with Ursa, because Ursa has to pick his target, right? He has to go for either Lifestealer, Slaughter, Tibasaur, or Silencer, and he can only overpower one, realistically. So it's gonna be a lot of what Secret are doing now, offering a lot of fatty targets for the Ursa to pick that he can't ignore, making his life really difficult. And it's not even really about the kiting, it's more of like him not being able to burst that many heroes in one. And now there's Aegis on this lifesteal. I'm not sure this is the best gank without the rest of your team as well. They tried to bait out the global and they were successful. MP gonna come in, go ham on this Naga Siren, but there's Rage, so the Naga now gonna start. There's gonna be another call, follows up, but he gets bashed on the first hit there by their lifesteal, and the epicenter comes in. Why are they fighting into an Aegis though? Mid1 now coming in, throws out the big fat chainsaw, gonna take out the Naga. She does have buyback for 65 seconds, but Mid1 doesn't look like he wants to give it up right now. He's diving a little bit deep for this one. The epicenter still not on cooldown. The Ursa comes in, claims the Timbersaw, so a little bit too far in there. Full Mid1 will lose his life, and this might mean no push for Secret, or maybe not. MP still has that Aegis, wants to take a chance.
There's no mana on a lot of these heroes though, so it seems like they should be forced to fall back here. But still, for Horde, they lose their Naga Siren, which is just, again, not supposed to be happening to them, and Secrets are still just maintaining this pressure. And this Slaughter is, as you said, like a big reason why it's actually happening. Like, this Slaughter's farm is kind of also giving MP farm, just because he's letting this lifesteal get so many kills on heroes. Every single time one of those ganks happen, that means that the Silencer and the Jakiro can start farming, and Rod of Atos is up on Puppey soon once the courier gets out there. That's just another great tool in order to deal with this Ursa, which, as I said, is already having a couple of big issues here. Like, Ake's Aghanim Scepter is up on the other end, but Aghanim Scepter defensively is nowhere near offensive Aghanim Scepter.
Uh-oh, Silencer. That's gonna be a song. That's a quick song, but the rage means that, well, he doesn't really care about your song. Ake in trouble. One more hit will take him out, but there's the call. Gonna be missing their E skill. Mistimes that one. The Gem of True Sight will drop down Ake, and now the Lifestealer turns the tables on God. He tries to beat down that MP Lifestealer, but he's just a little bit too beefy for him, and too many bashes got through. And in the end, they find themselves 2 heroes down again. Mid1 diving deep. We'll back off now and go hit away at that tier 3 tower. This Aegis still up for MP, and that is a worrying concern here for Horde.
And yeah, this I think this Axe has really had a tough time in this game. I don't think E-Skill has really played poorly necessarily. It's just that like every single time you blink call, at this point there's like, you know, 4 stabs and everything, so there's no guarantee that's actually gonna work.
Goes in again, droughts the Timbersaw in. Barrel Strike gonna miss though because of that blinding light. But they do burn a big chunk of mid one's mana. And MP. His Aegis is about to time out, I believe, yeah. So they're gonna back off here, play it safe, take out that shrine first, and then see how things go from there.
E-skill like between Ice Path, Crush, Global Silence. It's so hard to blink in, call, and get kills afterwards.
Oh, Epicenter goes in a little bit weird on that blink. And the distance wasn't right there. The 4-staff will bail him out of there for now. The sleep will catch them all out. So mid one, will he be able to come in? But Puppey finds the kill there on the exit side. And at this point, he has 24 intelligence. Kites the Earth up into the air. He pops that BKB and the Enrage though. He's trying to look for a target, but he's just getting kited non-stop. He tries to find a target, but with that Amplify on him, MP spreads into that bear. The Aegis is down, so that will be a full restore here for the Lifestealer, and poor Arcade's trying to gap away on his horse, but this fish too damn bloody slippery here. Gonna use him up into the air. Pilot Light sets up the ice path, puts the Arcade on ice, and well, Keizu sushi-fies him. Tower now gonna be going down here. The Observer Wall plopped there in plain sight. But I believe this will be Rex, and if I'm not wrong, game.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
It's gonna be pretty darn hard for Horde to come back and put this game back into a winning position, let alone just not lose the game straight out right here. And he's got Desolator, and you know, he got mid one just casually killing off heroes by himself in the top lane. Yeah, Naga Siren, as powerful as she is with this amount of farm, is gonna need a lot of extra help here. They really just needed an Axe call to start a fight for pretty much the greater portion of this game, but if you blink in with Axe as your primary means of initiation, then you just get with Global Silence, and then no kill's gonna happen.
Nope.
Or this happens and your Axe just dies.
Yeah, and I mean, it's cute what they're trying to do, but I think at this point it's more of an item disadvantage. But at the start, they had a lot of opportunities to get those kills in, but they just botched a lot of those ganks. Oh, there's a big Caudal Blast there, but then again they mistimed the song, and then mid one doesn't get killed off by the Ursa. He was trying to get the kill, but an invulnerability set in. Like, the spells are just all over the place. The Sand King blinking in way out of epicenter range. And, well, it just felt like Horde were not playing as a team there. Not cohesive at all. And there goes the GG call. That's game 1 in the bag there for Secret. And that was after losing early game to a Naga. Really goes to show the skill difference between these two teams. Or rather, the coordination, I could almost say. It wasn't even picks. They had better picks.
Errors. There was also like a moment in this game, or like a spot in this game where pretty much everyone got their blink daggers at the same time. You know, Ursa got his at like 9. I think everyone else got theirs in like 11, 12 minutes. And then Secret just used their blink daggers and mobility just so much better than Horde did. Like, they had blink on Sand King, Axe, and Ursa, and they couldn't get pickoffs. If that's not happening, then like your draft is just not functioning.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a good draft, you know. The only worry was, oh, can we get our blink daggers? And they got it, you know, Gaben giveth, and they still didn't capitalize on that. You know, yeah, 1 or 2 times you could say unfortunate that Naga got caught out, but then the follow-up decisions, I think the one most painful was the fight at the bottom shrine where the Sand King epicentered and then he blinked like 200 meters, or like, I don't know how much in Dota terms, but 200 range away from Barrel Strike distance, and then the guy, the lifesteal just saw him coming and just popped rage before he could do anything. It was really painful to watch. And hopefully they do shape up for game number 2. Secret as well, they have to take note, they have another match against Na'Vi later on today, so they have to, you know, preserve their strength. The new Na'Vi squad, I've heard some stuff about them, some good, some bad, but they are definitely no pushovers, so Secret, you know, gotta save some strength for them. Speaking of which, we'll have 2 Na'Vi sets back to back after this one, but for now we'll have Horde versus Secret game number 2 coming right up, so don't go anywhere. Much love and Kappa.